Namaste Ji, dear yogi practitioner. Welcome to a new episode of Yoga with Claire. Today in a new spot. So this is my new outdoor practice in my new home in France. And I invite you for this practice to maybe pick a different space for your practice. It's good to have your usual safe spot, but if you would like to change things a little bit, it's good to sometimes modify your habits a little bit and keep it new, fresh and exciting. So if you have this option to choose a different spot, I invite you to change it a little bit. So I'm practicing outside because the weather is freezing but really nice. So I'm gonna be wearing my leg warmers made by my mother. And whenever you are ready and you've chosen a new spot, I invite you to join me on the mat. You can sit on your heels or any comfortable sitting position. Bringing your hands onto your knees, close your eyes, and elongate your spine from the tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. Relax your shoulders, relax your face muscles, and you can even yawn or open your jaw a little bit. Let's take 3 deep breaths together, inhaling through the nose, slowly, and exhaling through the mouth. The exhale should be even longer than the inhale. One more time. Inhale through the nose, all the way up to your maximum lung capacity, and then exhale through the mouth. One last time. Inhale through the nose. A little bit more. And exhale, making a sound. All right. Now bring your hands to the heart center. And here you can drop your intention. If there's anything that comes to your mind, maybe a quality that you'd like to cultivate throughout the day or your practice, or maybe just remind yourself why you're practicing. Is that to improve your physical health? Is that to calm your mind? Is it to take care of your joints, muscles? Is it to enjoy movement? Anything that comes to you. And when you're ready, rub your hands together, bring some heat, and bring your palms like little cups onto your face. Blink your eyes open, and gently you can start tapping with your fingertips your face, scalp and neck. Wherever feels nice, just awaken your body and maybe start tapping a little bit faster or stronger. To awaken the energy, start tapping at the back of your head, back of the neck, and then gently go all the way down to your chest. Keep breathing slowly but deeply, and then all the way to your abdomen, down, 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 then hips, then back, lower back, your glutes, and legs. And when you are ready, slowly come to a forward fold the way you like. You can keep your knees slightly bent and start tapping all the way down the back of the knees, the sides of the legs, and the feet and ankles. And when you are ready, go up from the inside of the legs, tap the inner energy lines of the legs, go all the way back up to your abdomen, heart center, chest, and all the way back to the top of your head. Really nice. Now you can release your hands, maybe shake them a little bit, and we'll start rebounding. So if you're looking at my heels, they're only going up and down, and the tip of my toes still in touch with the ground, and my knees are slightly bent. So this is a really good exercise for grounding, but also awakening your whole system, lymphatic, blood circulation, everything. Keep breathing. And slowly come back to stillness. You can keep your feet slightly apart, close your eyes, and while keeping the knees slightly bent, we'll start circling ourselves. So from the hips, keep your eyes closed if possible, and from the hips make little circles and notice how your body weight will shift and how it will impact your touch on the ground with your feet. The sides of your feet, then the weight is on the heel, then side again, then tip of your toes. And now reverse the direction, make circles on the other side. And maybe start making slightly bigger circles with your hips. Your hands can be on the sides of your body, maybe on your hips. And start making bigger and bigger circles. Still with your eyes closed, if that's possible for you. And notice if there are any blockages or places where your spine is not happy. Now start engaging the spine even more. Maybe the upper body is also coming into the game. Keep your hands on your hips. That will give you a bit more stability. Then reverse once again the direction and make really big circles using the whole spinal movement that you can find. Spinal engagement. And maybe your head even now is coming into the play. And one last time, reverse the direction. So we've done twice on each side, and really start, keep the knees bent and start making really big movements. You can control the movements a little less, meaning that you can go a bit more intuitively. Maybe the shoulders are really also rotating a little bit. And maybe you want to make some 8 shape with your body, maybe something else. Keep breathing, of course. And slowly come back to center. Your arms alongside your body. Find stillness. Take a deep breath. Slowly inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Now open your eyes, and from the side open your arms up. Look up to your hands, palms together. And exhale, bend forward. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Really nice. And from here, bring your arms back to 90 degrees and bring your back perpendicular to the ground. So you're making a nice 90-degree angle with your legs and back. And exhale, bend down, arms down. And inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold with the arms at the back. And really try to imagine that somebody is pulling you through the fingertips. Exhale, bend down, keep a slight bend in the knees. And try to reach the belly to the thighs. One more time, inhale up, look forward, arms back 90 degrees. Engage your lower back, maybe retroverse slightly. And exhale down. Now inhale, right leg to the back of the mat into our first low lunge. And from here, if you've practiced with me before, you know that I like this movement. We'll be pushing from the toes back and forth. So this is a little rocking movement. You can be either on the palm of your hands, maybe the fingertips. That's another, sometimes, you know, it gives you a little bit more space to practice. And that's another way to engage your hands. All right. Your belly is really trying to touch your front thigh, and you're looking in front of you, keeping the neck in a nice long line with the spine. And on the next exhale, stretch the front leg, send the hips back. The hips should be on the same line, so the left hip is slightly going back. You can look at your hips and try to see if they're on the same line. Now inhale, bend, and come back to low lunge. Extend the spine, look slightly up. And exhale, stretch both legs, hips back. Try to come a little bit more down. And inhale, come back to low lunge. Really nice. Now exhale, both hands pushing the floor away, and send the left leg to the back in plank. Now inhale here. Really try to push everything away from the floor. Engage your center a little bit. And knees down. And from here, send yourself into Balasana. And in this child pose, we'll be looking to the front of the mat and walking our fingertips to the right side, opening the left side of our bodies. So the glutes are still really sitting on the heels if possible, not moving, and you're only stretching your left side. So the body weight shouldn't be going too much on the right side like I was doing. Try to center your body weight onto your heels and really feel a nice stretch. Maybe walk your fingertips a little bit further away from you. Breathe here. And on the exhale, walk all the way to the other side. Don't move your body weight. Your glutes are not moving. You're still sitting on both of your heels. Maybe you can lift your chest a little bit to make space. And then walk your hands a little bit further away from you and on the left side, so you're opening the right side. If you want a little bit more openness, you can lift the right elbow. The right elbow is lifting a little bit and you feel a little bit more stretch. Still looking in the direction of your palms, your hands. And exhale, walk back to the center of the mat And on the inhale, come back through tabletop position. And then come back to plank. Really nice. And from here, inhale. And on the exhale, send the right leg to the front, and we'll be doing the same thing onto the other side. So let's rock from front to back, really feeling the left foot making the effort and pushing you to the top, then the back. And your belly is really going to be as close as possible as your front thigh. Keep breathing, making the spine really nice and long, looking in front of you. And then let's come back to stillness. And on the next exhale, stretch your front leg. You don't have to have the back heel touching, but really feel the front foot stretching. So try to really keep your foot in touch with the ground, keeping both of the hips on the same line, and the belly is trying to go down. Of course, you can keep the knees slightly bent if you feel too much pull in your joint. And inhale, bend and look forward. Make a nice long spine. The back leg is really stretched. And exhale, stretch both legs. And inhale, bend the right knee, look up, and send the left leg to the back, to the front of the mat. Legs together, feet together. Uttanasana, forward fold. And from here, slowly bend the knees and send the arms to the front and up and come into Utkatasana, chair pose. So in this chair pose, we want to retroverse, so really erase too much arch in the back. So up, just come into this nice neutral pelvis position, so that will also allow your chest to open a little bit, and your sternum is really trying to look up without having too much arch in the back. You can keep your hands apart, maybe hands together, or maybe to the heart center if it's too much for the shoulders. No worries. Looking up. And from here, we'll be taking a big inhale and exhale, rotate and make a big circle with your right arm and send the right arm back and not moving the legs, so the legs are not twisting, only the chest is twisting, so both hips on the same line. We'll be coming into this twist in a chair pose. Looking to the back hand. One big breath here. And then exhale, sending the right arm back into normal chair pose. Now inhale, stretch the legs a little bit and come into a slight back bend. So sending the pelvis to the front, the arms to the back. Stretch the legs and stretch the arms a little bit. You can shake your body if it's been really intense. And we'll be doing it on the other side. So get ready. Inhale up, arms up, and exhale, bend the knees, looking to the direction of your arms, hands, and to the sky. So once again, make your pelvis slightly neutral. So instead of arching and really feeling it in the lumbar area, protect, really as if you're trying to send your to make that space in the belly, you know, a little bit shorter, keeping a nice bend in the knees, maybe a little bit more down. And on the next inhale, make a big circle with the back, the left arm and send it to the back and come into this twisted chair on the left side. So the knees, you can have a look, are still on the same line if possible. And you're really pulling from the shoulder, keeping really active twist with the chest. Look back and inhale, send it to the front and stretch the legs. Exhale, drop the arms to the sides. Really nice. Okay, from here we'll find our way to sitting on the mat again with extended legs. All right, so arms to the sides of the hips, palms next to your hips, and flexed feet, so that will engage your leg muscle a little bit. So that's Dandasana, keeping your chin parallel to the ground but slightly back. So instead of having, you know, your chin rounding, a little bit forward, that means you're rounding your back, just bring the chin slightly backwards so you have a more long line in the neck. All right, really nice. Really press your legs to the ground, press the back of your knees to the ground, and maybe you can see if I press really strongly and I engage my quads, but my heel is lifting. So you don't want to lift your heel too much, but you know, maybe halfway. Okay, really nice. You can relax a little bit, and you can even shake the legs if that was a little bit intense for the quad muscle. And from here, bend one leg, maybe the right one will be nice. So bending one leg, and try to grab your ankle, and maybe your heel will reach the corner, the inner corner of your elbow. If that's not the case, if that's a little bit too much, you can just grab your foot like this, and the other arm will wrap around the knee. And maybe if you feel flexible enough, you can, you know, have both hands together. And the idea is to have your shin bone parallel to the ground and your knee as close to you as possible, and we'll be stretching the whole outer glute, the whole hip area. The left leg is active. Remember what we've just practiced before. And we'll be rocking our right leg and knee like a little baby, trying to keep the shin as parallel to the ground and the knee as close to us as possible. So if it's a little bit too intense for you, you can still sit on something so you can have a little bit more space to keep the spine long. Don't be rounded like this, keeping your sternum really up. And breathe here. That might be a little bit intense if you've been sitting a lot lately. And don't forget, you can still grab your foot and have a little bit less intense version of this, right? Keep breathing. Try to keep your leg active by keeping the shin bone up, not with the strength. You see my arms are not doing anything, right? If I lift, it's my leg doing the work, right? So by keeping your leg a little bit active, you're actually working more on the flexibility, because flexibility requires strength as well, right? Okay, now relax. Drop your foot back onto the mat and stretch the leg. You can do some little rotations, like inner, outer rotation. Feel the sensations in your body. Maybe place your hands wherever you feel an intense sensation that can be comforting for your body. And now we'll be doing the other side. So keeping the right leg stretched, bring your foot closer to you and either grab the foot and wrap your leg with the left arm, or you can try to put the sole of the foot in the inner crease of the elbow. That can be a little bit intense, but maybe you're at that point today. Once again, shin up, knee close to you, keeping the spine really long, the right leg active, look to the front, and start rocking your leg like a baby, opening and closing. You should feel different sensations when you're opening and closing. Really try to keep your leg close to you. Long spine, and maybe keep a smile on your face to keep your face muscles relaxed. The idea is not to get too much tension there, just the right amount of tension to work on our hip and glute flexibility right now. If it's a lot of sensations, don't forget to breathe out. You can make as much sound as you want. Sternum up. Don't arch the back. Round the back. And on the next exhale, slowly drop the leg back. Stretch both legs and rotate so you can relax everything. Okay, really nice. From here, bringing the left leg once again closer to you, and we'll be crossing, so the foot is coming onto the outer side of the right leg, and we'll be stacking the left knee on top of the right knee. So that's a half Gomukhasana leg position, right? So the more you will be putting your leg to the side and the knees on top of each other, the more sensations you will feel. Keeping the right foot flexed, and inhaling, arms are going up, and exhaling, maybe bend forward if that's accessible to you right now. And you can either grab the shin bone, maybe the ankle, maybe the sides of your foot, and inhale, sternum up, elongate the spine, and exhale, bend forward while keeping a really long spine, looking to your front toe. And here you can make little adjustments, maybe use your hand and try to keep your shoulders in the same line so you can feel more sensations. If you'd like to feel a little bit more sensation, maybe twist a little bit and see how that feels. And inhale, come back up. Relax, stretch the left leg, and we'll be doing it on the other side. So crossing the legs, crossing our knees, really the knee on top of the other knee. And once again, if you're really struggling with the stretching of the bottom leg, you can still put something like a little cushion, or even your arms. Sometimes I like to bring my hands like a little cushion like this and protect the joint if that's too much sensations. Otherwise, let's fix our hips. Then inhale, arms up, look up, palms together, and exhale, bend forward. And you can either bring your hands like a little cushion underneath your knee, or on top of the shin bone, or maybe ankle, or maybe the foot. Now inhale, lift the sternum, lift the chest, feel the engagement. Maybe if you're pulling your elbows to the side, you feel the engagement. And exhale, elbows even more to the side, and bend. Maybe your chest is resting onto your knee and you're still looking at your big foot, so you can keep a nice long spine and sternum is not collapsing. Breathe here. Maybe adjust yourself a little more. Slow, deep breath. And inhale, maybe use your hands, or without the hands, lift yourself back up. Now stretch both legs and bring your hands slightly to the back of the hips. And from here, take one more deep inhale. And exhale, push and send the hips up in Purvottanasana. The fingertips are looking to the front. You can keep a micro bend in the elbows. Toes are trying to point down. Hips are going up. Push, push, push. You can keep the chin close to your chest, or maybe look up. Stay here for one more breath. Push the hips up. Engage the glutes. And exhale, release everything on the ground. Okay. And from here, bring yourself slowly onto the mat, the back onto the mat, and bring your knees to your chest. You can hug your knees and maybe left and right, rocking movement. Whenever you need to release some energy or any tension, don't forget you can make sound with your exhale. Okay. Now release the hands, the arms by your sides, and from here feet back on the mat. And hands together, so you need to lift your butt a little bit. Hands together, clasping your fingers and trying to rolling your shoulders underneath you, so your shoulder blades are really trying to touch each other. And by clasping your hands, if that's accessible to you, you're pressing the floor away and really pushing your hips up into this half bridge. So your knees are not going too much out. Try to keep them in the same line as your hip bones. And really not only push with your glutes, but also try to bring a neutral arch once again in your pelvis, so you can protect the lower back. So you're not only pushing with your glutes, but you're also reducing that space. If you've seen my other videos, I've talked about this before. There's this line between your pubic bone and the center of your core, and try to make that space a little bit shorter, so you're really retraversing your pelvis and protecting, so you're making more space for the lumbar, so protecting the lower back. And now release the hands by your side and exhale slowly, pushing and bringing everything back on the ground. Now open your arms to the side and slowly knees from one side to the other. So active twist in movement. Really try to bring your knees to the ground and push maybe a little bit with your glutes, so you're feeling some stretch in the hip, on the bottom leg every time. And you can even start looking to the opposite side. a couple more times. Don't forget to breathe nicely. And then back to center. If there's any asana that you need, one last asana that you need for your practice, you're very welcome. Otherwise, I will invite you to join me for the Shavasana. So before coming into Shavasana, I would like you to make sure that you have enough space in your back. So I really like to bring my arms up, and then one shoulder up, then the other shoulder up. Just small movements, just to make sure that you're not really tensed at the back. And then I release. I make sure that my shoulders are relaxed, and then the legs can come all the way down, slightly open. I like to shake my hips a little bit and make sure everything is fully relaxed and has space, as much space as needed on the ground. Your palms are looking up, your eyes are closed, and you can also make gentle movements with your face, with your head from left to right, to make sure that the neck is not tensed. Release any control, any tension that you have in your body. No need to control the breath anymore. Your only work here is to release and relax your whole body and enter a deep state of relaxation. Allow your whole being to relax. Allow the breath to travel to every cell of your body. And you can stay in this Shavasana as long as is needed. And whenever you're ready, bring movements back and find a comfortable seated position to close this session. Namaste. Thank you so much for this practice. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found joy in some new movement and maybe in a new spot for your practice. And let me know how it felt for you, and let me know in the comments if there's any question you have. And if you'd like to practice with me full session, this is just a short practice for YouTube, but if you'd like to practice full sessions with me, please join me on my Patreon or write me on Instagram or YouTube. Thank you so much, and have a lovely, beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much.